The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Local sports now.
It's the 302 Sports Friday night downstate game of the week. Welcome to Delaware's premier high school football pregame show, brought to you by Sodell Concepts, 12 chef-driven restaurants on the culinary coast in southern Delaware. Now let's go live to your host of the Sodell Concepts pregame show, Benny Mitchell.
Welcome to Delaware Live Sports Friday night downstate game of the week. You're watching the Sodell Concepts pregame show. I'm Benny Mitchell, and joining me shortly is my broadcast partner, Scott Kammerer. Tonight we have the Delaware Military Seahawks at 1-1, making the trip downstate to the Castle to take on the Sussex Central Golden Knights, also 1-1. Both teams coming in off a bye week. The Seahawks already making their second trip downstate this season. Coach Kari told me they will follow the same itinerary they did as their game with Delmar 2 weeks ago, where they got a win. Sussex Central at home in the Castle is always a tough place to get a road win. I talked with Coach Wells Monday afternoon. He told me they should be at full strength. That means we're going to see two-way tackle or two-way end Kyle Custis for the first time this season.
Benny, and thank goodness for a bye week, because they always come at the right time, especially early in the season. And Sussex Central's trying to rest up a couple guys, and DMA had a couple kids that they're going to be missing, so they gave them a couple weeks to prepare. And on top of that, they got to work on some of the schemes that Sussex Central is running. And let me tell you, I watched a little bit of the DMA game against Delmar, and I watched all the Sally's game. They hung with Sal's in the first half. They looked like they were right in it, but Sal's had a little bit too much horsepower and pulled away in the second half. And for Sussex Central, their last game, everything went wrong and everything went right for Middletown.
Right.
But when just about anybody plays Middletown in Delaware, things go wrong. So I'm not going to say that was too big of a indication of what we're going to see here tonight. But we're looking at a really even matchup, and I think it's going to come down to, can DMA stop the wing T, and can DMA adjust to having a different quarterback tonight than they have had the previous 2 weeks? So I think that's going to be two of the biggest storylines here tonight. As Sussex Central, they know what they want to do. And the question is, can DMA stop the wing T, and can they implement their will on Sussex Central?
I think the biggest thing coming out of that bad loss to Middletown is Sussex Central came out healthy. They came out with no injuries.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing. And they say sometimes in wrestling, as long as you didn't get hurt, it doesn't matter if you win or lose.
There you go. The Seahawks head coach Matt Kari, in his first year at DMA after 9 seasons as the head coach at McKean. Kari is a former All-State player from Howard High School and played collegiately at Penn. DMA comes in off the bye week, but 2 weeks ago they went to the deep south of Delaware into Delmar and came away with a 28-14 win over the Wildcats. The Seahawks feature a strong run game with Josh Roy and Ed Emmons. Quarterback Odell Teal will not play tonight, and that hurts DMA on both sides of the ball. Junior Ethan Brantley will step in at quarterback for the Seahawks. He had 2 weeks to prep, so he should be ready for tonight, and he also got some snaps in the Delmar game. Josh Roy and Chris Trumbull, they lead DMA defense. Coach Kari said the wing T is tough to prepare for, but with the bye weeks, it was given his defense 2 weeks to prepare, more time to watch film. Kari said their scout team gave their defense a good look this week, but he said it's hard to mimic Sussex Central because they run it so well.
Yeah, and we're interested to see Coach Carr really for the first time coaching DMA here, and he was an all-conference, all-Ivy League receiver for Penn.
Right. That's right.
So that's not something you see a whole lot on a resume. So we're really interested to see. He coached McKean for a bit and has way more numbers here. I think at McKean they had trouble getting guys out. DMA, no such trouble. They got plenty of athletes, plenty of players, guys all over the field. But Benny, as you alluded to, missing their defensive end and rare QB combination,
Right.
Odell Teal, is absolutely going to hurt because he is a monster on defense and offense. But we're going to see if the DMA Seahawks are resilient enough to really bounce back from that loss. He's one of their leaders, and he plays hard. But, you know, it's next man up, and we're going to see here, I think it's Armed Forces night.
It is.
Tonight here at Sussex Central at the Castle, which is never an easy place to play.
No.
But now you're talking about near hurricane conditions.
Right.
And you're really going to run into a buzzsaw. So we're going to see what DMA is made of. There's a helicopter.
They landed a helo over in
There's a helicopter right here. I mean, it couldn't get any closer.
John Wells leads Sussex Central in his 30th season and has won over 200 games and is a 4-time state coach of the year. The last time out, the Golden Knights took a pounding from Middletown, who was playing a step ahead of everybody right now in Delaware. But Sussex Central came out healthy. Coach Wells says he expects Kyle Custis to play tonight for the first time this season and will join Kevon Bradell anchoring the Knights' defensive line. Jawan Sturgis was big in our season opener this year, named player of the game, and I expect he'll be carrying the ball along tonight. Malik Bell is not playing. He will not be on the field for Central tonight. Sussex Central is in a deep District 2 this year. Look ahead, they have Smyrna, Dover, and St. George's left to play, all ranked teams. Tonight may very well be a must-win tonight, Scott.
Yeah, and I think missing Malik Bell is really going to hurt. He's really one of the major cogs on the wing T. So we're going to see. Totally impressed with Sturgis. The last game that we did, he was player of the game, and he really, really has come along. And to me, in a lot of ways, he kind of came out of nowhere because last year we really didn't see much of him. And this year he could be the feature back, especially with Bell out. So we're excited to see that. And really, Sussex Central comes down to three things: coaching, the wing T, and defense. And they're going to get back on track, I feel like, and Custis is going to be a big help. I think that you got to throw out that Middletown game and look at this game like it's a game unto itself, and they need to come out. They need to come out ready to play, and they need to come out firing on all cylinders. And watching them in warm-up, Benny, Sussex Central looks sharp tonight.
Folks, when we come back, we'll take a look at the Arenas Deli players to watch for tonight's game.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the raw bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
And welcome back. Look at tonight's Arenas Deli's players to watch. Arenas Deli, 6 locations. The original location, downtown Rehoboth Beach. Arenas Cafe on Highway 1 Rehoboth. In Lewis at the Village of 5 Points. At the airport in Georgetown. Milford and the new Arenas Pub on Coastal Highway. And we're going to start with the DMA Seahawks. And their guys we're going to look at tonight. We're going to start with number 23, Josh Roy. 10 carries for 166 yards and a touchdown. 11 tackles, 1 for a loss, and a fumble recovery.
Yeah, when we were looking over the stats, I was like, 10 carries for 166 yards. There's no way that's right. And then we went back and looked at it, and I'd give the ball to Josh Roy.
Right.
I think that's what I would do, especially with having a backup quarterback. Josh Roy is going to have to carry the load tonight if DMA is going to knock off Sussex Central at home.
And then number 11, Chris Trumbull, the sophomore wide receiver, defensive end. 10 tackles, 3 for a loss, 5 sacks, and a TD reception this season.
Yeah, and Chris Trumbull is a problem on defense. And for me already, Benny, I'm looking at him as my pest of the game. He's my early game pre-favorite for pest of the game. Chris Trumbull, fast, aggressive. He's got good moves, wide receiver, defensive end, 3 tackles for a loss, and 5 sacks. He's a guy to watch tonight.
And number 8, Edward Emmons, senior running back, inside linebacker, 33 carries, 231 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's got to carry the load tonight with Teal not in the game.
Yeah, and Edward Emmons, the other thing about him is he's extremely active as an inside linebacker, and as he goes, the defense will go. And when you're going up against the wing T, the inside linebacker cannot get fooled. They cannot get tricked. They can't get crossed up on the switches. So he's got to have a good game. He's got to have good vision, and we're hoping for the defensive DMA, that 2 weeks off bye week, really help them study film and be ready to go. So he's got a really big task ahead of him, but we know Edward Emmons is up to it.
Let's look at the Sussex Central Golden Knights. And we'll start with number 6, Jawan Sturgis, junior halfback linebacker. He was our player of the game in the first game of the season. I got the wrong stats in there. It threw me off for a second. But he is their go-to guy, number 6, Jawan Sturgis. And remember that game, he also had the big interception in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and he did everything for Sussex Central when they played Laurel. He was all over the field. He had interceptions. He was running the ball. He was making tackles on defense. He really was the player of the game, and we're excited to see him here again, and we're excited to see how he progresses throughout the season. He's a young guy. He's still only a junior, and he's got a lot of football ahead of him.
And number 23, Sam Pucci, the fullback linebacker, 13 carries for 49 yards, 1 reception for 9, 14 tackles, and he had a kick return for a touchdown against Laurel. Sam Pucci, he's got to fill the shoes of Malik Bell tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think he's definitely up to the game tonight, Sam Pucci. That kick return for a touchdown against Laurel was electrifying, and we said before they needed something like that to spark him, because it was at a time when Laurel was starting to really get some momentum going. So he's a primetime player that can step up when the lights are brightest, and here at the Castle it's about to happen.
And last we have listed number 88. He will not be wearing 88 tonight. He'll be wearing number 5. We'll talk about the special jerseys and uniforms here in a minute. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, senior tight end, defensive lineman, 13. He's big. He plays tight end. He plays defensive end. He is big for the Knights. He had a brother who played here a few years ago. I believe that was Diego Rodriguez Costa, played here a few years ago, all-state kid for the Knights. And this kid's even bigger than his brother.
Yeah, and he actually moves well. He's got really good feet. He's got really good hands. He can be a difference maker on offense and defense tonight. And the thing about Sussex Central is, for them also, it's next man up, and they're here. They're coming to play tonight. There's going to be a big crowd. They don't care about a post-tropical cyclone over here at Sussex Central at the Castle. So I think we're going to see a lot of good things out of Costa tonight. He's a player to watch, tight end. Defensive lineman, and we're excited to see what he can do here tonight.
Folks, when we come back, Scott and I will break down tonight's game with the X's and O's on the other side. We'll be right back. You're watching Delaware Live, sports powered by 302 Sports, watching the Sodal Concepts pregame show here from the Castle.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodal Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
And welcome back to Georgetown, Delaware. You're watching the Sodal Concepts pregame show on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports, as we're getting closer to the kickoff of tonight's Downstate Friday night game of the week. It's time for the X's and O's, and let's talk about what the Seahawks have to do tonight, Scott. Scott, I think big play early, take the crowd out of the game.
Absolutely. In high school football, one of the most important things is the big mo, the momentum. And big play early, quiet the crowd is absolutely what DMA is going to need here tonight, especially with their backup quarterback playing tonight. They're going to need some special team help, and a nice kickoff return might be just what the doctor ordered.
And then stay on schedule. Don't get in those third and longs and those second and longs. Stay on schedule and move the ball down the field. Yeah,
we see it so much that their teams are driving, it gets bogged down, couple of mistakes, couple things here or there. things start to fall apart. 3rd and long. Not a lot of high school coaches have that 3rd and 27 play available when they get in those situations. So they have to stay on schedule. They have to be a friend to themselves, and they got to play with the sticks in mind.
And then finally, limit the penalties.
Absolutely, and we've seen this year, Benny, more so. We've seen drives really stall by penalties. Really, that there's really no need for it. So this far along in the season, hopefully the kids are going to be more disciplined and not have the penalties, not be jumping off sides, the kind of stuff that really drives coaches crazy. The inability to sustain drives, control the ball, and to not make mistakes. So hopefully here tonight, DMA can limit those mistakes and come out of here with a big victory.
And for Sussex Central, the Knights, what they need to do tonight, set the edge on defense, turn that run inside to their linebackers.
Yeah, and with Custis and Brill, with Kayvon, that's absolutely what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and get penetration up the field. They're going to try and create an edge and turn everything inside and hope that the linebackers scrape across and make a play. So that's going to be a big key to what we have going on tonight.
Predominantly run game. We'll talk about the wind in a minute. So do not play behind the chains.
Yeah, and that's the last thing Sussex Central wanted. We've seen that a bunch of times where, you know, one of the things about the wing T, even in the 3rd and long situations, there are no passing downs. There are no deep passing downs for the wing T. It's a run-oriented offense, and that's how they're going to go.
And finally, grind it out on the ground tonight.
And let me tell you, with conditions like this, though I haven't really seen, there's a little bit of, it's not hurricane force winds, I will tell you that. The flags are flapping a little bit. What would you say? It's about 18 miles an hour?
Right now, yeah, it's supposed to pick up.
So it's supposed to pick up and be in the low 20s, but still, you know, these kids are probably played in worse situations, but the wing T excels the deeper into the season, especially in the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. The deeper it goes into the season, the better that they're going to do because they're going to stay on the ground and not be under the elements so much.
Folks, we want to take one more commercial timeout before we get back to our downstate game of the week between the DMA Seahawks and the Sussex Central Golden Knights.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. You're watching the downstate game of the week here on Delaware Live, powered by 3 Stores. I'm Benny Mitchell. He is Scott Kammer. On the camera tonight, Brandon Hill, Dave Marvell, statistician. Your halftime and post-game stats brought to you by Surf Bagel. We're approaching kickoff, so let's check the playing conditions with the turf report. We're playing on a Bermuda grass surface. Excellent field conditions so far. Scott, right now, 65 degrees at temperature at game time and 24 miles per hour from the northeast. That's supposed to pick up, pushing towards 30 tonight, and we're expecting some heavy rain.
Yeah, but right now there isn't.
That's
and
right.
Right now it's perfect for football, so it might be an important game to jump out early, especially if you think there's going to be worse conditions later on.
Folks, we're going to cut our mics and bring you the national anthem by the Sussex Central High School Marching Band. I would like to take a moment and thank our 2023 sponsors, Barkley Heating and Air, Capstone Homes, Juwan Johnson State Farm, Arena's Deli, Active Pest Solution, Louis Pizza, Sodell Concepts, and Grandpa Max. Those are our sponsors for this season. Let's go over our Delaware Live Super 7, our rankings here in Delaware in Single A. Tatnall remains number 1, Indian River 2, St. Elizabeth's 3, Polytech at 2-0, moving up to number 4, Conrad at 5, Wilmington Charter at 6, First State Military at 7. In Class AA, Caravel number 1, Laurel number 2, they will play tonight at 6 o'clock. DMA, who we see tonight, number 3, Redline 4, Archmere 5, Lake Forest 6, and Sussex Tech pops into the rankings at number 7. And in AAA, Middletown remains number 1, followed by Smyrna, Dover, Sussex Central, Salesianum, Hodgson, and St. George's. Those are your Delaware Live Sports Super 7. It is, and we'll explain the uniforms here, it is Armed Forces Night, and the uniforms, black and yellow, provided by the Delaware Army National Guard. So DMA will be wearing the black with the yellow numbers, and Sussex Central will be wearing the gold with the black numbers.
I love the uniforms. I think it's awesome, Benny. I really do. And on the leg it says honor on the one.
Right, some on the back. Yep.
And I love that they brought the helicopter too.
Oh, the Hilo, yeah. It's you'll catch it a couple times in camera view. It's over to the right of your screen. St. Mark's, they did beat Red Lion last night in our one Thursday night game. Call brought to you by Delaware Live Sports. And got one score in. First State Military beat Seaford 25-13.
They're having a good year.
They are.
They're ranked for the first time, right?
That's right, in any sport.
Well, that's pretty good.
The captains are at the middle of the field. Last I checked, Indian River was up on Polytech 7-0 in the first half.
And they might have a season to remember this year, too.
Right.
Indian River.
Indian River currently ranked number 2 in the state. Got the monkey off their back from St. Elizabeth's last year. Beating them last week. And updated score out of Dagsboro, right down the road. Indian River 19, Polytech 6.
Wow.
Fourth quarter.
That game started early due to weather concerns?
Yep. Lake Forest leads, Cape and Lopin leads Lake Forest 28-7. We'll have Cape down the road later this season, I believe, when they come over here to play Sussex Central.
A lot of people thought that'd be a good matchup, Lake Forest and Cape and Lopin tonight.
Lake Forest, man, I was talking to one of their assistant coaches, Josh Webb, and talk about being bit by the injury bug. Tyndall, who I thought could have been a Class 2A Player of the Year type kid, out for the season, broken leg. Lost their backup quarterback last week, and this week I think they're going to be running some Wildcat with Jameer Snell.
Yeah, looks like DMA won the toss, Benny. They elected to receive, and Sussex Central elected to kick with the wind.
And here come the Sussex Central Golden Knights, clad in gold tonight.
So Sussex Central will have choice in the second half.
So we're getting ready for the opening kickoff. DMA in the white helmets, black jerseys, black pants. And Sussex Central in the blue helmets, gold jerseys, gold pants, moving from right to left.
Yeah, it looks like number 1, Malcolm Roy, the junior's back for DMA, as long as Celine Frink, number 10, the sophomore. Number 82 with the kickoff for Sussex Central.
And we are off, and it's going to be out of bounds. Let's see if DMA.
Not a great start.
See if DMA makes them re-kick. And we got some confetti in the press box.
It's got a weird vibe tonight, doesn't it, Benny?
Well, everybody's expecting a storm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were told rain at game time. That did not happen at 7 o'clock. Still no rain, so hopefully it will hold off tonight.
Looks like the sky is an absolute beautiful
It
red.
is. It is. Look at behind the dark clouds. And
Kind of
one of the best sunsets in football here in Delaware. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks. Under center, number 14, Ethan Brantley in the I formation.
That's Edward Emmons standing up in the I.
And he'll get the first carry, and he's going to take it down after about a 2-yard loss, bring up 2nd down.
And that's number 9, Moore Burdell, the senior on the tackle for Sussex Central.
So 2nd and 8 for DMA in the shotgun, trips to the near side. Brantley looks out, has number 7, Alex Mazzell, but incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
Not a bad pass. He got it out there, Benny.
Your starting offense for DMA at the tackles, Caleb Ingers and Hunter Tate. At the guards, Caleb Howe, Stephen Vance. At center, Gavin Scott. The tight end, DeVar Rice Jackson. Your quarterback, Ethan Brantley. Running back, Edward Emmons. Fullback, Josh Roy. Wide receivers, Malcolm Roy and Christopher Trumbull. On the other side of this play, we'll set the Sussex Central defense. It's a 3rd and 8. And looks like a shotgun with Edmonds to the right. 2 receivers to the near side. And Brantley's going to take it on his own. He's got some running room, and he has got the first down for the Seahawks.
Yeah, number 1, William Abbott came up with a hard hit.
Here's your defense for the Sussex Central Golden Knights. At the ends, Kevon Pradell and Kyle Custis. At the tackles, Victor Perez and Kai Taylor. Your linebackers, Jawan Sturgis, Justin Negrone, Sam Pucci, and Connor Clark. Your cornerbacks are Isaiah Rowe and J.J. Abbott, and the safety, Gabe Cannon. We bring up 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line for the Seahawks.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on their left tackle, number 77, Calden Negris. He's got a good matchup with Kayvon Burdell Moore. Negris, an excellent wrestler.
Yes, he's state champ at 285 last year. Emmons picks up 2 on the play. Ball at midfield, 2nd and 8.
A little bit of a marquee matchup for us on the line.
Yes.
DMA so far looks very composed, moving the ball well.
2nd and 8 for the Seahawks. Shotgun formation with Emmons to the left. Passes out to number 9, Maynor, and he's got the first down. He's down the sideline. He's going to get pushed out of bounds. First down for the Seahawks.
And that push out of bounds by number 4 for Sussex Central, Jace Peden, saved a touchdown because we were looking at that big play that DMA needs to quiet this crowd early on, and that push out saved it.
First and 10 from the Sussex Central 21 for DMA on their first drive of the game.
And I got to say, a little bit of arm strength in this win to get the ball out there. It floated a little bit, but it got where it needed to go. And they tell you, put the ball in your player's hands, and Malcolm Roy is a player. 2
receivers to the near side. And it looks like we're going to a Wildcat here. And they do. That's Emmons on the carry, gain of about 2 on the play. To bring up second down, they enter the red zone.
I love the Wildcat. I think it gives you a distinct advantage, especially when you got a running back like that. Hey, forget about the whole handoff thing.
Right.
Let's go right to where the action is.
Well, it gives you 10 blockers. Gives you that extra blocker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Second and 8 from the 20.
This has been a really good drive, a really controlled, balanced drive. Even passing and throwing on the first drive. Not what I expected in this win.
And they stay in the Wildcat. Edmonds calling the signals. Edmonds fakes the handoff, goes to the left side, has some running room on the edge, hit hard, and picks up a gain of about 3.
That's number 10 on the tackle, Isaiah Rowe, who had a touchdown pass reception against Middletown last week. He came flying up from his backer position and laid the wood.
3rd and 5 for DMA from about the 15-yard line. Still getting confetti blown.
I know, I love it.
Into the box.
Looks like back to a traditional set with the quarterback.
I formation with Brantley under center. Wide receiver wide to the near side. And he's going to drop back, roll right under some pressure. Has his man down at the 5.
He has had wide open receivers all game, and he had one drop pass, but he'd be 4 for 4.
That was I believe that's number 3 on the reception, but I don't have a 3 on the roster. No, they do not have a 3, so we'll have to find out who number 3 is. We know, as we said, special jerseys for tonight's game. First and goal from the 4 for DMA.
Sussex Central a little bit on their heels, something we really haven't seen out of them.
I formation. Emmons the deep back.
And we talked about it in the pregame. DMA looked good against Sal's in the first half.
Hand off to Emmons, cuts it back inside. And that's a touchdown. Nope, they're going to say he's short. Now this guy says it's a touchdown. See if they talk it out here.
We thought he was in.
Near side says yes, far side says no.
Looks like they're going to mark him down. Short of the goal line, Benny.
Yep, they're saying he's short of the goal line.
We're going to call that the half-yard line?
Yeah, if that. Second and goal for DMA.
What do you think, Wildcat? Let's see.
Now they're going to keep him in. It'll go Emmons in the deep eye. So back to the I formation. This time Emmons moves to the fullback position. And he takes the handoff and takes it in for a DMA touchdown. The Seahawks strike first on the 1-yard run by Edward Emmons.
You got to give him kudos on that drive. Excellent play calling, super balanced. Great job on the quarterback. Got the ball out in playmakers' hands. Really, very impressive.
That was a very impressive drive for DMA going down.
Very impressive.
And showed a little bit of pass, a little bit of something on the edge, and then up the middle with their big guy.
Yeah, and that's Ethan Bradley, 14, a junior for DMA.
On the kick, 25, Brady Appleton. Good snap, hold down, kick up, and it's good. DMA takes the early 7-0 lead. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. In life, something...
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. DMA, they strike first. They drive down the field and score on a 1-yard run from Ed Emmons. And now they'll kick. The wind's kind of blowing across the field, Scott, so...
Yeah, what a drive. I mean, really impressed by Emmons and Brantley, and they were firing on all cylinders, and the wind is blowing across, so he threw a couple of, long screens into the wind and got the ball where it needed to go. So, I mean, he's got the arm. He threw some nice stuff into the flats, some one out. He got the ball in the Malcolm Roy's hand for the big gainer on that,
so they're gonna
one.
Hold the ball for the kicker, and he gets a high kick. It's going to go about to the 15-yard lines. Taken by Sam Pucci. Got some running room up the middle. He ran one back 3 weeks ago. Pucci down the sideline, takes it inside the 20. Sussex Central will start their first possession in the red zone.
Wow.
Middle screen, Scott. We saw Pucci do this against Laurel last time he took it to the house.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of confusion on which back was going to field it and run with it, but Pucci ended up with it, and he made DMA pay. I mean, that's an excellent return.
Let's set the offense for the Golden Knights. At the tackles, Mike Toomey, James Moran. At the guards, Kai Taylor, Kinder Snyder. The center, Gavin Pratt. Your quarterback, Gabe Cannon. Halfbacks, Juan Sturgis and J.J. Abbott. Fullback, Sam Pucci. Tight end, Jaquan Rodriguez-Costa. And the wide receiver, Jace Peden.
Pucci really putting him in good position here, Benny.
And it's going to be a handoff to, looks like, number 9. Kayvon Moore-Burdell stepping in at the fullback position for the Golden Knights.
And we've seen him run a little bit and not a ton because Malik Bell kind of carried a lot of it this year, but I think he's definitely a capable fullback.
Let's set the defense for DMA. At the ends, Chris Trumbull and Hunter Tate. On the down lineman, Cale Deningers, Caleb Howe. The linebackers, Ed Edmonds, Josh Roy, and we'll get the defensive backs after this play. 2nd and 6 for the Golden Knights. And it's going to be hanging off again to Burdell. And he's got plus yardage. It's going to look like he's about a yard short. And there's defensive backs for DMA. Malcolm Roy, Jameer Crawford, John Lednam, Dante Brooks, Ethan Brantley. That's your defense for DMA.
Yeah, one of the most impressive things I've seen out of Sussex Central is that they just go next man up. And every time you think like there's an injury or somebody's out or something, they just have another guy that could play the position and play ball and carry the load. So,
well, I got a note from assistant coach Mark Booth earlier in the week that we could see some Burdell at fullback.
Well, he was right.
And it's going to be a toss to him and puts his head down. He's in the end zone. Sussex Central with the answer.
Wow. And especially if you didn't game plan for that could be a problem if you're DMA's defense. Right. I would love to see a little bit of a shootout here where it's a heavyweight battle back and forth. That might be what it's shaping up to be.
So Sussex Central with the answer. On to kick the extra point is number 82, Rodney Escobar Gonzalez.
And just a steady diet of Burdell Moore, three rushes to finish off a nice kick return from Pucci.
Good snap, got the hold down, the kick is up. I think it's blocked. I think Deninger's got a hand on it.
And that's a big hand to be getting up there. It is.
6'5", 290. So, folks, your score here in the first quarter, DMA 7, Sussex Central 6. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal.
And we're back with DMA jumping out to an early 7-6 lead. The Knights will kick it away here with 5:51 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, a methodical, beautiful drive by DMA all the way down the field. Punched it in from a half yard out, and lo and behold, Sussex Central.
Pusey with the big kick return.
Yeah, and then answers the bell with Burdell Moore. 3 hard runs. I mean, he looks like a problem to tackle.
And kick it away is Gonzalez. And kicks a line drive down about the 10-yard line. Picked up by Roy. He's got some running room in the middle, but Sussex Central gets there and wraps him up. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Seahawks at their own 30.
Real discipline by Sussex Central. They stayed in their lane. Malcolm Roy actually, I thought he was going to catch that corner, but Sussex Central did a good job of staying in their lane coming down the field.
1st and 10 for the Seahawks. Ball at their own 30-yard line.
I mean, Sussex Central's defense definitely looked a little bit out of sync on the
last
last
drive. They definitely were on their heels.
They were on their heels. So we'll see if DMA picks up where they left off.
I formation under center is Brantley, and he's going to go toss to Emmons. And he's looking to come back to the inside, and he's going to maybe get a yard on this to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that's number 6 on the tackle for Sussex Central.
Again, that's number 3. We got to find out who number 3 is. There's no 3 on the roster. Second and 9 for the Seahawks. Making the trip down from Wilmington.
They have a lovely school, DMA. Excellent gym. Really a great wrestling room, too.
Yeah.
I think Fusco donated some
to the field,
yeah, really nice field house.
That's over his head. They're going to call it incomplete. Bring up 3rd and 9. That's intended for number 1, Malcolm Roy.
We're going to have to look at that replay. That could have been a
we had that last week. We're just at a bad angle being at midfield. I went back and watched it, and it definitely was a yard behind the quarterback last week. So 3rd and 9 for Delaware Military. Brantley brings the play in from the sideline.
Brantley playing defensive back, quarterback, and running in the plays.
Right. Split wide to the far side with 2 receivers, 1 to the near side. Brantley in the shotgun with a runner back to his right. Brantley takes the shotgun snap. Quick drop back, looks down the middle, under some pressure. And he's got a man knocked down by Gabe Cannon. 4th down.
Gabe Cannon very close to picking it off there.
Yeah, if he had been more square, that could have been a problem there.
And he read the quarterback well, scrambled with him, forcing him to the sideline.
Back deep will be Jace Peden. And your punter, number 30, Jordan Holden. Peden will be about his own 35. So after a good DMA drive to open the game, Scott, Sussex Central settles in and holds them to just 1 yard on their next possession.
Yeah, and really everything that went right for DMA in their first drive kind of fell apart on them there. They got stopped on 1st and 2nd, and then inadvertent throw on 3rd down.
Short punt, but does take a Delaware Military roll. And it's going to be picked up at the Sussex Central 36, where they'll go 1st and 10.
Yeah, really for DMA, it's what we talked about. What they didn't want to do was get behind the chains, get into a 3rd and long, get forced into a passing situation. Really what worked for them good in the first drive is they were passing on downs where Sussex Central really wasn't ready for it. Then they went to the Wildcat and definitely threw Sussex Central off. And then Central comes back here and really settles down, like you said.
Sussex Central's 2nd drive of the game. The first one they started in the red zone. This one they started their own 36. Come out in the wing T formation. Wing to the near side. That's Pucci. He goes in motion. And Cannon drops back, looks downfield, has a man breaking open. Incomplete. Intended for number 2, Josiah Johnson.
Johnson had a step, and it was really placed well.
Yeah, he was throwing him open. It was a good pass. It just a tip bit too far. So 2nd and 10 for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, it would have been an over-the-head basket catch. Tough catch.
John Wells throwing on first down, something you don't see a lot of. But he calls it 1st and 10. And that's a handoff to Burdell. And he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield.
That's 52 on the tackle for DMA. Gavin Scott, he's a sophomore.
Correction, that was Sturgis on the carry. So 3rd loss of 4 on the play, 3rd and 14, and just what Sussex Central doesn't want to do. Start playing behind the chains.
Absolutely not. Going backwards on first down's not on the playbook, or 2nd down. Cannon showing us Gannon showing us a little bit of his arm though. Gabe Cannon.
Under center, handoff to Pucci, inside little counter reverse. And that's Sturgis, and he's going to get it out to close to the 40, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Knights, 4th and about 7. Approaching under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. On the punt, that's number 5, Rodriguez Costa. Talking to Coach Wells, also a very good baseball player for the Golden Knights.
You'd love to see the 2, 3 sport athletes really doing a good job representing their school well.
And it's going to go inside the 20, out of bounds, about the 15, 14-yard line. So 2:50 left to play here in the first quarter. DMA will get their 3rd crack at it. They lead 7-6.
Yeah, and Costas really put that where Roy couldn't really return it. He really didn't have much of a choice. Just kind of watched it roll out of bounds and puts DMA in a little bit of a hole. I mean, puts them on the 15, so that's quite a bit of a drive they're going to have to put together here.
I want to thank Eric McGuire, athletic director here at Sussex Central, for getting us set up here. First and 10 for the Seahawks. Ball at their own 14. Brantley in the shotgun. Takes a snap, hand off to Edmonds up the middle. He's got some running room, and he's going to get it out close to the 24, 25-yard line. Be 2nd down for the Seahawks.
And those are hard-fought yards. I mean, that's battling there with guys hanging off them and converting for multiple yards on 1st down.
Gain of about 8 on the play. 2nd and 2 for Delaware Military. So Brantley stay in a shotgun. Emmons to his left. Fakes the handoff, takes it himself, and looks like he might have enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, and that's 5 Costa on the tackle. Just your typical defensive end, tight end punter.
Ball out to the 27, their own 27. 1st and 10 for Delaware Military. Delaware Military, a Class 2A team here in Delaware. Sussex Central, 3A.
Yeah, and Sussex Central had a good game with Class 2A Laurel. So how do you think Laurel and DMA stack up against each other?
We may find out here at the end of the season.
Yeah.
High snap on the jet sweep. That's the number 1, Malcolm Roy. And he's going to pick up about 8 on the play, bring up 2nd down.
Malcolm Roy is one of those players that he could break it every time he touches it. He's just got that look like lightning in the bottle.
2nd down and 2 for the Seahawks.
The wind really hasn't kicked up that much.
going to be a little counter with Emmons, and he looks like he's going to be close to the first down, maybe a bit short.
Brantley comes in with the play.
3rd and 1 for the Seahawks. Time ticking away here in the first quarter. 22 seconds to play in the first.
And I have Emmons in the backfield, ready to roll.
First goes to the first back, and he's close to a first down.
That's 6 Sturgis on the tackle.
Okay, they moved the ball, but he's got the marking. And they are going to bring the chains in and get a measurement.
I mean, I don't know if this is 4 down territory. This is actually a decision sometimes.
Let's check the wind. The wind's still blowing across the field, so punting would be okay here.
Yeah, punting would be okay. But, I mean, they've been able to convert on short. I don't know. 8 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, you don't want to give Sussex Central half a field. But it may all be for naught because I think he's got the first down. He does. First down for DMA. It'll be 1st and 10 at their own 37.
And the DMA players were saying, measure, we think we made it, and they were right.
So 8 seconds to play here in the quarter is probably going to be the last play. So they wind the clock as the chains get set. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here. Your score at the end of one quarter. Delaware Military Seahawks 7. The Sussex Central Golden Knights 6. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Your score 7-6 DMA. As we get ready to start the second quarter, I don't want to move ourselves too far ahead. DMA will have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, and that measurement saved Coach Carr from having to make a tough decision. I just felt like he was going to go for it, though. DMA looks like they're on a roll.
Brantley drops back, looks downfield, under some pressure, climbs the pocket, has some running, hit by Sturgis. A big hit by Sturgis.
Sturgis closes on the ball carrier so quickly. Great vision. Closing speed is one of the most important things in football.
It's a gain of about 1 on the play. It looked like, Scott, he was going to have some running room, and Sturgis, like you said, just closed and big hit.
I mean, there's a big difference between being fast and being able to close on the ball, knowing that there's going to be a big hit at the end of that run.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout for DMA, their first of the game. We'll take it with them. Your score, DMA 7, Sussex Central 6.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. we just clicked like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all the seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris.
And welcome back to your Delaware Live, powered by 3 Sports. Downstate game of the week. It looks like 2nd and 8 now. But Scott, you had a good point. It looked like they may have more wanted to check on Brantley than anything because they're going back to the Wildcat.
Yeah, I kind of think that he really took a hard hit there, and Coach wanted to take a second and regroup and see where they're at.
The ball's on the ground. I think Sussex Central might have it. They do. That's the first turnover of the game. That's number 3. That's Cannon, the quarterback.
That's right. And you got to think that's what Carr was trying to avoid by calling timeout and saying, hey, we're going to go Wildcat. Our quarterback got roughed up a little bit. He's fine, but we're going to take a deep breath and muff the snap. And they had a nice little drive going, too.
They did. So they're going to take over at the inside the 35, 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. And again, Scott, short field for Sussex Central.
Yeah, and turnovers and penalties are sometimes the biggest attributes in the game, and you do not want to give Sussex Central a short field.
Gabe Cannon goes under center in the wing T formation. And it's going to be a handoff to Pushy. Goes off the right side, gets it down inside the 30 for a gain of about 5. 2nd down, Golden Knights.
And Pushy just needs a little sliver to get through there. He doesn't need a whole big hole. He just needs a little bit to slide through and get positive yards.
2nd and 5 for the Golden Knights. Ball at the 29. They trail by 1. Courtesy of Cale Deningers getting that big paw up there and knocking down the extra point.
He did. Is he 6'5"?
6'5" is how they have him listed.
Man.
He is a big boy. I remember talking to him at the state tournament.
He won as a sophomore.
Yep. And that looks like Burdell up the middle.
Burdell. Takes 5 guys to get him down.
Yeah, 1st down for Burdell. And the Knights are back in the red zone.
And that's 55. We're going to give, even though he was 1 of 5, we're going to give 55 Caleb Howie the tackle on that. He's a senior for DMA.
Ball at the 17-yard line, 1st and 10 for Sussex Central. Again, these yellow and black uniforms brought to you by the Delaware Army National Guard, as it's Armed Forces Night here at Sussex Central.
And we were talking before the game, very similar to the Georgetown High School
colors, yeah.
Colors.
Except for those royal blue helmets.
That's right. They were Millsboro Blue Devils helmets.
That's right. And that's Pucci coming off the right side. Deningers gets a hand on him, but he's able to take it down around the 15, 2nd down.
Deningers had a full hold of him.
Two hands on him.
Yeah, he had 2 full hands on him.
2nd down and 7 for the Golden Knights. Ball at the DMA 15.
Yeah, and Sussex Central really taking advantage of that turnover so far with Gabe Cannon recovering the fumble on the muff snap to Edmonds, who's in the Wildcat.
Come out, 1 receiver split wide right, wing on the near side. Ball on the ground. I think Cannon was able to pick it back up.
Yeah, Cannon recovered it.
But he's going to lose a couple on the play. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9 for the Golden Knights. Ball at the 18.
This is a big series here for Golden Knights, trying to put a little bit of cushion. And we talked about it again, that DMA has had 2 really good first halves. Second half kind of fell apart a little bit against Sally, so they're trying to weather the storm here, Sussex Central is.
So 3rd and 9 play here. Wing and the wide receiver to the near side. And they're going to draw them off sides. That's got first penalty of the game.
Yeah, and this has been a clean game so far, really no mistakes. And that was a hard count on Cannon's part, and he knew it. He knew it as soon as looked like a blitzing linebacker on that one. Those are the ones you always catch on the hard count.
Right.
Because the defensive linemen, they've heard it sometimes before. It's those guys that are blitzing, trying to shoot the gap.
5-yard penalty makes it a 3rd and call it 4. Ball at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, I actually think that was a strong safety. I know it was an inside linebacker on that offsides.
Hand off to Burdell. He pushes the pile himself. Scott takes it down near the 5. And that should be enough for a Sussex Central first down.
Man, what do you do about that? That's a great weapon to have.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
It makes not having Malik Bell a lot more palatable.
And has he had any carries this season?
I know. I don't think I remember him carrying in 2 years.
Man, they just had him waiting around. What, break in case of emergency kind of situation?
Exactly, break class in case of emergency.
Man.
1st and goal from the 5 for the Golden Knights. 7:45 to play here in the first half. Cannon goes under center. Ball on the ground again. Cannon picks it up, just tries to move it forward. And to keep it no loss on the play. It's going to stay 2nd and goal from the 5. So having a little bit of a quarterback center exchange issue here.
Yeah, you don't want those miscues dismantling your whole big drive. They'll get that cleaned up at halftime, if not sooner.
Number 10, Isaiah Rowe, brings in the play. Second down play for the Golden Knights at the DMA 5. Toss to Burdell. Burdell puts his head down, heads for the corner. Touchdown for Sussex Central.
I mean, with a full head of steam, that Burdell is tough to stop, especially if he gets the corner and he's out there. Looked like there was a cornerback or two between him and the goal line, and that's a matchup that Sussex Central will take any day of the week.
Yeah. So Burdell with a touchdown, and the Golden Knights, they take the lead. Imagine they'll go for 2 here, and they do. Coach John Wells giving the play to Gabe Cannon. Knights break the huddle. Rowe split wide to the right. Going for the 2-point conversion. It's going to be a toss to Burdell. He turns it up in, and it is good. Sussex Central takes a 14-7 lead here with 6:53 to play in the half. Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Here at Grip & Mac, we've been serving the Eastern Shore since 2015. We're all about bringing you fresh, quality ingredients. We do fresh pasta, paninis, soups, and salads. We try to be all-inclusive, vegan, gluten-free options. We do a little bit of something for everybody. In the summertime, we make a little over 200 pounds of pasta a day. You can come in and buy fresh pasta. You can bring it home. We're doing curbside pickup right now. A lot of take-to-go. We even have DoorDash if you need it delivered to you. We like to bring you good food fast and not fast food.
And welcome back to Georgetown. Scott, we might have an upset alert in western Sussex County. Number 2, Laurel leads number 1, Caravel, 21-3.
We were talking about that earlier, that Caravel, Laurel.
I'm sorry, I got that backwards. Caravel leads Laurel 21-3.
Okay.
I was reading it wrong. So no upset alert. Number 1, Caravel comfortably in the lead down there.
Is that coming out of the Lewis?
No, that was coming off Twitter.
Twitter. X is notoriously unreliable.
I read it backwards. And picked up at about the 10-yard line. That's going to be number 1, Roy. Roy looking down the right side, cuts it back in, breaks one tackle, bounces off his own man, and then taken down by number 18, Justin Negron. So it'll be 1st and 10. First quarter, Smyrna Salesianum, no score.
And this is a big drive for DMA. I mean, they were moving the ball well. They coughed it up. Sussex Central made them pay. So this is part of the game that you're going to look back on as an instrumental part. If they could put together a sustained drive and answer the call of the short field touchdown that Sussex Central scored, they could be in shape here.
1st and 10. Bentley back in the game, hands off to Emmons. Emmons to the middle of the line and not down yet. He's going to pick up about 2 on the play score. This score, Scott, in from Lewis. Appoquinimec and St. George's tied up at 7. That's our other Delaware Live game of the week.
And Justin Negron in on that tackle. He's back-to-back plays for Sussex Central.
Second down play for DMA. 2nd and 8, ball on their own 35-yard line. Yeah, Sussex Central, they'll get the ball back in the second half, and we've watched many times, Scott, where they take a close game and get that ball back in the third quarter and change things. So Brantley in the shotgun. Short drop back, throws over the middle, and broken up again. Second breakup again by Gabe Cannon. He's starting to act a little pesty.
He is. He's back there recovering fumbles, knocking down passes. That's the second one he knocked down.
So 3rd and 8 here at the 35 for the Seahawks.
I mean, he always struck me more as a defensive player, though he's doing a great job quarterbacking the team this year.
They have him playing like a strong safety lane, maybe?
Yeah, that's kind of what he looks like to me. But, Coach Wells said that he was as surprised as anybody, really, when Cannon won the starting job. But he's done an excellent work as a quarterback.
3rd down for DMA. Brantley in the shotgun. Glad to see he recovered from that big hit. He drops back, rolls left. Has a man open, overthrown and out of – no, caught by Roy. And he's going to run out of bounds at the 30.
Yeah, I think that was through one player's hands.
And into the other, yeah.
Yeah, and then into Roy's hand. And then Roy's dangerous when he gets the ball in open field.
Yeah, it looked like it was going out of bounds, and then Roy pops up out of nowhere with the ball and takes off running. He takes it inside the 35 to the 33, 1st and 10, Delaware Military.
Yeah, when there's 2 receivers in like a 5-yard area, something's going on, When you're scrambling, though, they have you run to the
trying to run
sideline,
back, run back to the quarterback.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Seahawks. Brantley in the shotgun, takes a snap. Hand off to Emmons. Emmons, not a lot of room, but he turns up and gets something out of it. Picks up about 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, and that's 18 Justin Negron and Kyle Custis in on that play.
I'm sure John Wells glad to have Kyle Custis back, one of the top defensive linemen in the preseason in Delaware.
I mean, he's happy to have him back, and he's happy to have
Burdell
more in the backfield. I mean, if you're going to be thankful, those are 2 good things to be thankful of.
Right. 2nd and looks like 6 here for DMA. 2 receivers wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. So that's 3 of them out there. So they go trips to the right, takes a snap, drops back, looks to the right, overthrown and incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 5. Now they keep moving the down marker here. So it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 4.
And that was intended for Alex Mazzol, and he was open.
He was.
He just slightly overthrew him.
So 3rd and 6 here for DMA. Ball at the 30. 4:40 to play here in the first half. Sussex Central with the 14-7 lead.
Big 3rd down conversion here, Benny.
Trips to the far side. Number 9, Maynard at the bottom of the formation. Drops back, looks, maybe a screen. It is a screen to Emmons, and he breaks 1 tackle. And Cannon able to chase him down and get him by the feet and take him down. 1st down and inside the 15 for DMA.
Excellent play calling by DMA. I mean, Sussex Central was really starting to have their way on that pass rush, and middle screen, set it up perfectly, flowing. And, I mean, really the perfect call at the perfect time, really.
Ball on the 12. 1st and 10 for DMA. Maynard goes wide to the far side. I formation. And it's going to be Emmons off the left side. He's hit at the hole and maybe a gain of 1. That's what he'll get, a gain of 1, bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and that's 68 on the tackle for Sussex Central. That's Kinder Snyder.
Kinder Snyder. First time we called his name tonight. Brantley bringing the play in. And they'll go Maynard far to the right side again, and Roy at the bottom of the formation in the eye. And that's going to be number 3, who we don't know who it is. I wonder if that's the other Roy. Again, special jerseys for tonight's game, so some of them numbers are not matching up.
It's a mystery.
Yep, gain of 2. 3rd and 7.
We're going to find out at halftime.
Yes, we will.
And we'll retroactively call that young man's name for some of the good plays he's had.
3rd and 7 from the 10. Back to the shotgun with Emmons to the left. Trips to the top of the formation.
Well,
looks right. Under pressure. Eludes one tackler. And going to be taken down. Maybe back to maybe a yard gain. 4th down, and here comes, looks like maybe the field goal unit.
Yeah. And just to go back, Josh Roy is listed as 23, so maybe 3. It's a possibility.
I think that's Josh Roy.
Yeah.
On the kick, number 25, Brady Appleton, the junior. Left footer, Scott.
I like that. They call that goofy-footed.
And Sussex Central with 2:12 is going to take a timeout. Scott, we'll go ahead and take one with them. Your score with 2:12 left to play here in the first half. Sussex Central 14, Delaware Military 7.
In life, some things just go together. Like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Coming off the timeout, Brady Appleton will attempt let's see where they're going to mark it at, about a 30-yard field goal. But probably about 26, 27-yard field goal attempt here by the left footer. And nope, now they bring on the offense. So 4th and 6, DMA's going to go for it. I formation. Trying to draw the Golden Knights off sides.
Yeah, I don't think they're running a play.
Nope. So DMA will take another timeout, leave them with 2, and on back comes Brady Appleton.
I mean, it's the right idea. Why not, right? Why not?
2:12 left to play in the half.
Can't go into the half with the timeouts. So we're getting a little help from our live chat, Benny. They're saying that number 3 is, in fact, Josh Roy.
Thank you, whoever sent that in. Appreciate it.
Whoever sent that in, much appreciated. We were doing some deduction, and we think
we just figured it out, too.
We think we were there, yeah. So
on the hold, number 12, John Lednam. And Appleton will try the 26-yard field goal. Good snap, holds down, the kick is up, and I think somebody got their hand on it. Somebody blocked it. It looks like that's number 9, Burdell, posing for it.
Burdell doing it all tonight.
So the ball will go back out to the 20, 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. So Sussex Central with 2:08 and the ball. Let's see if we see that counter crisscross, which is usually their big runner.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Cannon at some point throw. I mean, they've thrown a little bit more tonight than.
I don't know that John Wells will throw in this situation because you don't want to give him the ball a score going into halftime. He'll play it somewhat safe.
I will say that all the games we've called, Coach Wells has surprised me more often than not.
So 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Cannon under center. Pucci goes in motion. It's a speed sweep of Pucci. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. And that was number 50 on the initial tackle, John Tate.
He's wrapped up.
Brings no gain on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 10. So I see John Wells telling him to wait for the referee to give you the countdown. So I think Sussex Central is they're just going to take their 7-point lead in at the half.
Yeah, they're going to run it down.
Under a minute 30 to play here in the first half.
Really a well-played half by both teams.
Yeah.
One penalty?
Yeah, fumble recovery is the difference right now. Pucci with some running room. He's going to be short of the first down.
Pucci and Burdell Moore are a nice combination in the backfield.
Gain of about 8 on the play. And then they're going to jump right on the ball. Go no huddle.
Wells is an enigma.
3rd and 2. 55 seconds to play. And that's Burdell, left side.
Ooh.
And he's got the first down for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, number 10 on the tackle. Hard hitting Salim Frank. He's a sophomore.
That takes the ball out to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, Sussex Central. Under 40 to play here in the first half. They lead 14-7. Again, Armed Forces Night here in Georgetown. And they are going to throw the ball. Has a guy streaking open.
He caught that.
He did catch that. That's number 2, Josiah Johnson.
I just had a feeling Wells was going to throw the ball. I don't even know why. But
Gets it down to the 35 with 20 seconds to play.
I mean, that's a beautiful play. Cannon really got some air under it, and what a really acrobatic catch on the sidelines. And gets out of bounds, stops the clock.
So 20 seconds to play here. Ball now at the DMA 35. And they still have 3 timeouts.
2. I think they have 2.
No, Sussex Central only took 1. DMA took 2.
DMA took both of them down there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
He's going to roll right and throws it incomplete, intended for number 9, Burdell.
I hate to think what Burdell does when he catches it over the middle like that. Man, oh, man. That's a linebacker nightmare, right? Well, defensive back nightmare,
really.
really.
Wing T waggle there.
Yeah.
Clock stops with 15 seconds to play. 2nd and 10 from the DMA 35.
I might come back and throw it to him again.
$15 seconds. I think Coach Wells looking at 2 plays. And we all seen that Cannon can throw that. He can stretch the field.
He can. He can get vertical on you. He's an excellent baseball player too.
Right.
So
2nd and 10. 3-sport athlete here at Sussex Central. Going to drop back. Looking for. Oh, we're going to get tangled up. I think it's going to be no call. No. Probably a good no call. They just got their feet tangled up down there. 9 seconds to play here.
There's still confetti floating around. For a second, I thought there was a flag, but it's confetti.
So probably the last play of the first half. And Wells is going to take a timeout. We're going to stay right here with the action. And, Scott, we talked about this earlier. We alluded to it. This is what Sussex Central does here at home. They keep the game tight in the first half, and then they come out. They'll get the ball in the second half, and we'll see if it's typical Sussex Central football. Yeah, and they'll grind it out in the second half.
Yeah, and they put together the first drive of the third quarter, to me, is the most important drive of the football game. And what they really like to do is it's the old New England Patriots, they score on the last drive, then they score on the first drive. And that's when you really start to pull away from teams. You know, it's 14-7 now. It's still a tight game. The last thing DMA wants to do is give up a score here and then give the ball right back to Sussex Central after they can game plan.
3rd and 10 from the 35 of DMA. Last scoring update we had was Apo leading St. George's 14-7, and First State Military beat Seaford 25-3. Here we go, 3rd down. Motion comes from Pucci. Cannon's going to roll out. Hits Pucci, incomplete.
Really great.
5 seconds.
What a great play right there.
They put Pucci in motion, get him out in the flat.
Yeah.
He's got good speed. He's a good athlete. We've seen that already twice this year.
Yeah, I mean, it was well drawn up. They just didn't convert on it. I think we've seen Sussex Central throw more on this drive than we have the whole year.
Still, Smyrna, Salazar Anthem still 0-0 in the first half up at Abyssinia Stadium.
And that game has statewide ranking implications.
Yes, it does. Number 1 or number 2 versus number 5.
That's right.
And a game where we thought we'd see a lot of offense. So this will be the last play of the first half. 4th and 10 from the 35.
Yeah, in this game we saw back-to-back drives to start the game, 2 scores,
drives,
and we're like, we're in for a shootout. And then, you know, kind of tightened up. A couple of miscues, couple of mistakes.
The fumble's been big.
Fumble's big, turnover on downs, couple bad snaps.
So here we go. Last play of the first half here. Cannon will go under center, wing T formation with a receiver far to the left. Oh, it's a handoff up the middle with Burdell.
Great open field tackle.
Yeah, he's going to pick up about 4 on the play, but that's going to be the end.
That's Malcolm
of the first
Roy.
half.
That's probably the best tackle I've seen this game. Malcolm Roy in the open field. Beautiful tackle.
So at the end of one half, it's Sussex Central 14, Delaware Military 7. We'll be back at about 5 minutes to go in the half.
president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Couldn't be more excited about having our show here held at the Buffalo Wild Wings and Christiana location here on Route 7, brand new location. They moved here from Limestone Road, and it's going to be the new home of 302 Sports Week. We're going to recap some local, college, and professional stuff. It's time for everybody's favorite part of the day, top 5 plays. Here we go. Stanley, your number 1 play from AI, 76-yard punt return. We got ourselves the quality cam here on the sideline. It's awesome to watch from this angle, to be honest with you. And watch, whoa, going up. He went to 412. He left the first there at 4-4. I mean, those ups right there. You can't make this stuff up.
Looking to stay cool this summer?
At Barclay Heating and Air, we're dedicated to keeping your home comfortable year-round.
Family owned and operated, we provide trusted residential heating and cooling services to customers across central Delaware. Our experienced technicians offer reliable maintenance and repairs on all major brand HVAC systems. From air conditioners and ductless systems to heat pumps and furnaces, we also sell and install top quality units. No matter your needs, we're committed to getting the job done right with honest and timely service you can count on. Invested in our community, we're proud to help families in more ways than one, sponsoring and donating to many local programs and organizations throughout the area for dependable HVAC services. Give us a shout or a bark at Barclay Heating and Air.
I'm Chef Hari Cameron. At Grandpa Mac, pasta's our thing. We serve quality food fast that's not fast food. We make everything in-house and serve something for everyone. We're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
You've probably seen this a lot, but not all pest solutions come from a can. At Active Pest Solutions, we don't spray and pray. Professionalism and continuing education sets us apart.
We are Quality Pro certified, the mark of excellence in pest management.
And we have an associate certified entomologist on staff,
providing environmentally sound solutions to our customers.
Our proactive pest plan offers the best pledge guarantee in the industry. We do what others don't.
Active Pest Solutions. Call or visit us online today. It's active without the E.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also,
And welcome back to the Sodal Concepts.
There you go.
Halftime show brought to you by Surf Bagel. The halftime stats all added up by Dave Marvel. And DMA, 134 total yards of offense, 56 rushing, 78 through the air, 1 turnover. We'll talk about that in a little bit. That turnover was key. Sussex Central with 91 total yards, 61 rushing, 30 through the air. They have 0 turnovers. Your scoring at the 7:27 mark of the first quarter. Ed Emmons goes in for a touchdown, and then Sussex Central answers right back. The big kick return by Sam Pucci put it into the red zone, and then Burdell scores with 5:51 left in the first quarter. Then the turnover, the fumble, which turns into points. So Burdell, he goes in again off that little sweep to the corner, off that toss sweep at 6:46 to go, and that was all the scoring we had in the first half. Scott, how about some individual stats?
Look, so we had Emmons, 12 carries for 29 yards for DMA. Brittle, 8 carries for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who would have thought?
Right.
Who would have thought? I mean, you knew. Coach Wells told you.
There was a possibility he would play something. Yeah.
Well, that possibility became a reality.
Right.
Malcolm Roy, 1 catch for 30 yards. Manor, 1 catch for 23 yards. Johnson, 1 catch for 30 yards. Brantley really impressed me. 4 for 9 for 78 yards. He had 2 dropped and a couple of overthrows, but really threw the ball around well, ran the ball well. I took a couple hits and beautiful screen up the middle and not screen, like a draw screen. And Cannon is 1 for 5 with 30 yards and threw 4 of them on one series, which to me is, on one drive, which to me is more than I've seen them throw on one drive in a few years. So really a good game so far. Well played, clean, not a lot of penalties, and both teams playing hard. Looking forward to the second half.
And but like you said, Burdell, he's been the surprise here of the first half. And like I said in the email I got from Mark Booth, there was a possibility we could see him in the backfield. That possibility came true, and boy, has he really shown up and shown out for Sussex Central.
Yeah, what an awesome situation for Sussex Central to have a guy like that on your team that you could kind of like have carry the load in a big game. And DMA is a tough team that has had a lot of success, and they're going to be in the running this year, I think, at the D2 level.
Right.
So I think to be able to counter with a Burdell in the backfield, 8 carries, almost 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's a good situation to be in. We said it, kind of joking around during the broadcast, break in case of emergency.
Right.
But, he's stepping up when they need him to.
Gabe Cannon out warming up, getting ready for the second half, as are we. One final in. Cape Henlopen beats Lake Forest 48-7. The Vikings are now 3-0, and I believe Hodson comes to town next week. That should be a good game in Lewis. Slays Anthem and Smyrna still no score. And the two teams that, here we go, expecting a lot of offense in that game. And it turns out to a defensive battle. So defensive coordinator up at Sally's, Paul Warlow, played for the Falcons, University of Delaware star. And I said on the show the other night on our picks, one of the most underrated coordinators in the state, Dan Wagner at Smyrna. And so 2 spread offenses, and there's no points on the board in the second quarter.
Yeah, those things about the spread offenses is if they're not clicking, your defense is right back out there on the field. So, second half might be, later the game goes, it might be get a little different. Kids start to get tired.
Well, not Smyrna because they platoon. They have an offense and defense. They committed to that several years when Mike Judy came to town.
Yeah, that's right. I was talking to those guys about that, and they really believed in that platoon system. And that takes a lot of commitment.
He said you have to totally commit to it.
You have to totally commit to it because it's just so tempting to put your athletes on both sides of the ball. But
remember, they had a Debo Williams now playing linebacker at South Carolina, just an all-around great athlete, and he didn't play much offense, maybe an extra point here and there. But, I talked to Mike Judy about it. He said, you have to commit to this when you decide to do it. You can't back out of it.
Yeah, in terms of like coaching and weight training and position-specific stuff, I mean, it takes a big commitment. Smyrna runs a really good program.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're and their success is definitely shown.
And their middle school runs a spread. They're Slade Anthem scores first. In the first, they lead 7-0 over Smyrna with 7:37 on a B.J. Eileen 7-yard run. Their middle school runs it. They're freshmen. I went out and watched Beacon and Georgetown and was watching Beacon run the wing tee. It was fun to watch.
Georgetown or Beacon?
Georgetown.
Yeah. We played Pop Warner growing up. I grew up in South Jersey, and Pennsauken had their Pop Warner team. They started from the smallest. They ran 2 plays, and then when they got to the high school, they had 30 plays, and it was the entire system straight through. And they were a super small school and competed for a state title every year, but that's how they did it. They ran the same. I think they added 2 to 4 plays a year from the time they were 6 years old to high school.
So we found out at halftime, and we found out on the chat. Appreciate who sent that in. Josh Roy is number 3. As we said, special uniforms tonight provided by the Delaware Army National Guard. It's Armed Forces night. I think the helo just took off while we were during halftime. Was parked over there in the field across the way.
Yeah, and Josh Roy made a couple plays in the first and second quarter. We didn't even get the chance to call his name because we had a different roster. So hopefully he gets make a couple plays.
Right.
We can retroactively call the young man's name.
And we have so far eluded. It was supposed to have 90% chance of rain at kickoff, and it didn't happen. It's still chilly at 65 degrees and with about 25-mile-an-hour winds. But I was talking before the game too. I got our cameraman set up in a pod, and Eric McGuire, athletic director here, said, "Don't talk about it, and it won't rain." So,
I mean, I'm totally shocked it hasn't rained, but
the radar at like 6 o'clock, like we were dead in it. I mean, we weren't going to escape it.
Yeah, it just shows you how much it's tough to predict the weather like that. I did learn something interesting about those percentages, that it's the area has 90% of the area will get rain.
Gotcha.
That's what I get for watching TikTok. Learn some things.
So DMA comes back on the field. The Golden Knights already here. Sussex Central should take the ball to start the second half. So now if you're DMA, do you take the win now? Because it is starting to blow back to a length of the field here. Or do you hold it for the fourth quarter?
I think you hold it for the fourth quarter.
And just kick a squibber downfield, I guess.
That's what I would do. I'm surprised there's been this many passes in this game.
Right.
It's been a surprise to me.
Salesianum 7, Smyrna 0. Again, that's up at Abyssinia. Brandon Hill on the camera tonight.
Doing an excellent job.
Matt Westgard, our runaround guy, he got me a little pregame meal. A couple hot dogs from the concession stand, but they'll always do.
All right, here we go. About get underway in the second half.
He was the haul the equipment guy into the stadium tonight.
He's doing excellent work.
Yes. Here we go. DMA to kick it off, moving from left to right. Going back for Sussex Central, Sam Pucci. We've seen two Central games and 2 big returns out of him this year. And I think that's number 6, Sturgis, to the near side. Kicking it away, number 25, Brady Appleton.
And to me, Pucci's just elusive. He's hard to get a hold of. Denegar's got a hold of him with 2 hands.
Yes, he did.
But,
one on his chest, one on his back.
Yeah, but for the most part, he's a pretty elusive guy and hard to get a hold of.
And again, strong wind, so they'll have to hold the ball on the tee. And going to kick it on the ground and take it on the hop and jumps right down to it. That's William Abbott. That's going to be first and 10 for the Golden Knights at their own 34-yard line, 33-yard line. I want to thank Dave Marvel for the stats at halftime.
Excellent stats.
Always
well prepared.
And again, as always, Eric McGuire for hooking us up here tonight, getting us set up and getting this game on. So first and 10 for the Golden Knights, ball at their own 33-yard line. They're in the wing T formation with Pucci on the near side as the wing. And it's going to be a handoff.
Sturgis.
Ball's on the ground.
DMA recovers.
And yes, they do. DMA with the ball in Sussex Central territory.
That's 52. Gavin
Third is a
Scott.
little slow getting up. So Sussex Central's first turnover of the night.
Well, that's not how they drew it up.
No. Let's see if DMA can turn that into points like the Knights did earlier. 1st and 10, DMA at the Sussex Central 35-yard line.
We'll see what kind of approach Coach Carr has. Sometimes they like to go right for the end zone.
Mm-hmm. And they have slung the ball around a little bit tonight.
Yeah, they have. Brantley surprised me. I mean, he's thrown the ball very, very well. And he's proved to be elusive and hard to tackle in the backfield.
They'll go to the shotgun. Brantley in the shotgun with Evans to his left. Slot to the near side, wide receiver far to the left. Motion, and then a handoff up the middle with Emmons. He's got some running room. One goes up high and going to be taken down for a first down. I thought he was going to hurdle him there for a second.
Yeah, that was number 1, Abbott. And Emmons jumped, and Abbott caught him by the leg, fortunately. Otherwise, he could have hurdled him.
Ball at the 20, so DMA right away, one play, and they're in the red zone.
We're going to call that like a draw.
Same formation, except they flipped the slot to the top of this formation. Brantley takes the shotgun snap, hands off to Emmons. Emmons wrapped up in the backfield.
That's 50, Chet Furmack. Sorry, that's 60. Victor Perez, yeah.
He was our pest in the opening game of the season.
Yeah, he was. He had a great game. He's starting to pick up the pace now.
Yep. Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11 from the 21. DMA stays in the shotgun. Slot to the far side. Alex Balsall down by himself down here at the bottom of the formation. Brantley takes the shotgun snap, a little high. Rolls to his left.
Got some room.
Has a man open. That's going to be incomplete, though. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, that was a diving Rory out of bounds.
Coming back to the quarterback, trying to help him. So 3rd and 11 from the 21.
Yeah, Roy's the one that caught the one that went through the receiver's hands on the other one, and then was dangerous in the open field. So that little scramble has been working for DMA. Not the case there, but it has worked before.
Good to see Coach Minoto Marvel back on his feet. He got run over at the Middletown game last week on the sideline.
Got to keep your head on the swivel.
That's right. He's back up calling the defense.
Good for him.
3rd down play for the Seahawks. 2-by-2 on the edges. Emmons to the, where's he end up? To the left of the quarterback in the shotgun. Takes a snap, fakes Emmons, throws out with a bubble screen, but he catches it on his knees. It's going to be 4th down, loss of 2 on the play.
Now the wind affected that ball, kind of.
Yeah, the wind's now blowing right to left on your screen, and you can see the referee's pants.
Yeah, yeah. When their pants start to flutter, yeah, you know something's up.
And another piece of confetti makes his way to the box.
I mean, that was really the first play we've seen the wind really affect.
So here we go, 4th and actually loss of, we'll call 4th and 13 here. Ball back at the 24, 23-yard line.
And it just feels like we're on the distant edge of something kind of
something happening.
Yeah, on the weather. I mean, it's out there.
Well, we praised it. And DMA's going to take an early timeout. We're going to take on with him, Scott, to score. Sussex Central 14, DMA 7.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
And we're back from the timeout. Score in from Lewis. Caravel 21, Laurel 3. A big number 1 versus number 2 Class 2A matchup over in Laurel, Western Sussex County. So here we go. Trips to the near side. Shotgun formation. Brantley takes a snap, drops back, looks to the right, throws down the middle of the field. That's intercepted and knocked to the ground. That probably helps Sussex Central.
Yeah, that would have been like a punt, really.
Yeah, now they get the ball out of their own 24. So turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for Sussex Central.
Yeah, I really thought DMA was going to go for that on 1st down, but.
Sussex Central has the win to their back. But I think you're going to see grind it out of Sussex Central. Try to go down and take a 7-minute drive for a score.
Yeah,
although
this would be a very classic Sussex Central drive.
My guess was that was their intent on the first
drive.
drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and Sturgis with the inadvertent fumble, obviously, and DMA with the recovery.
But turns into 0 points on the turnover, so 1st and 10 Sussex Central.
Real missed opportunity.
And goes right back to Sturgis, and he's going to lose some yards on the play.
Malcolm Roy with the stop.
Nice job of DMA just setting that edge on defense, not letting him get out there. Loss of about 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 13.
More of a slip in a cover than a tackle, but we'll give Roy the stop on that one.
Ball back at the 21. So Sussex Central 2 plays and 1 fumble and 1 loss of 3 on the play. So not going the way they've scripted it. 2nd and 13.
Costas in motion.
Pucci goes in motion. We have whistles on the play. And a timeout for Sussex Central. So we'll stay right here with this one. Both teams having to take timeouts early here in the 3rd quarter of a 1-score game.
I actually thought they were going to call an illegal formation.
Right.
That's why Coach Wells called the timeout.
That, and I don't think they were where he thought they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Again, it is Armed Forces Night here at Sussex Central High School. The Delaware Army National Guard providing special uniforms for both teams, the black and yellow.
The Army National Guard also provided the wrestling mat for the state championships.
That's right. That's correct.
Beautiful mat. I know because I set it up at the last state championships.
All right. Man of many talents.
Well, I don't know about that, but
jack of all trades.
If you want to announce, you got to set the mat up. Wrestling. It's not as much support in wrestling as football.
Right. So Sussex Central coming in off the timeout, 2nd and 13 from their own 21. And uncharacteristic. You usually see Sussex Central, they'll come out sharp in the 3rd quarter. They have not in this one.
Yeah, and we talked about that at halftime. We thought for sure that's what we were going to see.
And it's going to be, is this Burdell up the middle? He's going to pick up about 8 of them.
And he was rambling up the middle.
That was Burdell. So they're going to go no huddle here, 3rd and 2.
He just chews up yards.
So give him a gain of 11 on the play. Burdell again puts his head down, drives the pile, and he's got the first down.
He's got the first down. I like that they went quick with that.
Mm-hmm. So 1st down for Sussex Central. Burdell clapping, coach, give it to me again.
Yeah, he's feeling it now. We can give him a break on D, Coach. That's what I'd say. Let's keep running, and we'll give him a break on D.
Ball out to the 35. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. They lead 14-7 here, early 3rd quarter. Cannon brings the play in from the sideline. And Burdell will be the lone back in the backfield. Pucci goes in motion. It's going to be Pucci around the right side, turns it in, has some running room, and he's going to pick up about 5 on the play.
Pucci just elusive like we talked about. He's got that shoulder shimmy and shake going on.
Yeah, you're right. And then after the shimmy, he squares up and puts his head down for about 2 or 3 extra.
I like his style of running. It's a really he got a slasher and a bruiser going on right now.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4, ball at the 42.
I like the rhythm that Sussex Central has going on right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought we would see on that first possession.
Yeah.
We didn't, and now they kind of caught the timeout. Has kind of changed little things for the Golden Knights. And handoff, that might be Sturgis. Nope,
That's
it's
Burdell
Burdell.
again.
Didn't look big enough to be Burdell. He's going to pick up about 2 on the play, Scott, and he's going to bring a 3rd and short.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he didn't have anything. He picked up 2 and just kind of got in the middle and moved the pile a little bit.
Starting to favor his right shoulder, it looks like. Man, I got a stinger in there on that. Because he's not one to avoid contact.
Yeah, I think actually him and DeNegris had a collision on the interior of the line.
3rd and 1. That's 2 big bodies in there right there.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on him.
3rd and 1 here for the Golden Knights. Ball at their own 44-yard line. And it's Burdell again. Puts his head down, gets the first down.
Tackle by 3, Josh.
And they're going to bring
Josh
Burdell
Roy.
out.
And Josh Roy is actually down on that play.
Right. Well, Burdell was slow getting up, too. He's going to take a little breather here.
Roy's all right, stays in the game.
So the ball at the Sussex Central 46. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Drive started back at their own 24.
Yeah, and Sturgis is in now.
Pucci comes in at the fullback. Sturgis coming around the left side on the buck sweep, and they sniffed it out.
Yeah, and that's 20 in on the tackle for Dominic Nicoletti.
Penetration in there by DMA. It's like somebody filled in the hole from the vacated by the pulling guard. Loss of 5, 6 on the play, 2nd and 16.
Yeah, they teach that linebackers that. They block down, you fill. They go, you go.
Cannon taking his time, bringing the play in. 2nd and 16 against Sussex Central. Now back playing behind the chains. Cannon does have 1 pass for 30 yards tonight. Chase Peden comes out wide to the near side. Ball's on the ground, but Cannon's going to go forward with it. He's going to pick up about 3. He's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, I thought they were going to try and hand it off to Sturgis, but had a little bit of a difficulty there.
Again, that's the 3rd one tonight. We talked about that earlier. So gain of 3, 3rd and 13 for the Golden Knights. And Scott, it didn't look like that buck sweep was there. They have had Sturgis bottled up tonight in the run game.
Yeah, looking at Bedell on the sideline, he took his helmet off, took a drink. It's like he's putting it back on and
Right.
motioned to coach.
I can get you 13, coach.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, coach.
Jet sweep with Sturgis. Sturgis crosses the 50. He's going to be short of the first down, but they are in plus territory.
Of course, brings up a tough decision here.
Well, he does have the wind to his back if he decides to punt.
Now they're going for it. Or they're at least going to go with a hard count.
Right, 4th and 5 for the Golden Knights.
He almost called him off.
Well, they're going to have to take another timeout, and they are. So that's going to be their 2nd timeout of the half. And we're going to take one with them, Scott. The score is Sussex Central 14, Delaware Military 7.
Mac, we've been serving the Eastern Shore since 2015. We're all about bringing you fresh, quality ingredients. We do fresh pasta, paninis, soups, and salads. We try to be all-inclusive, vegan, gluten-free options. We do a little bit of something for everybody. In the summertime, we make a little over 200 pounds of pasta a day. You can come in and buy fresh pasta. You can bring it home. We're doing curbside pickup right now. A lot of take-to-go. We even have DoorDash if you need it delivered to you. We like to bring you good food fast and not fast food.
And welcome back to Sussex Central. Coming in off John Wells' timeout. That's his 2nd of the first half, or the 2nd half, 3rd quarter. And they bring out Rodriguez Costa to punt. He's got the wind to his back, and he's got a big leg. 4:02 to play here. The rain just now starting to come down, Scott. And a high floating punt, and he's going to call for the fair catch. So DMA will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19.
Yeah, and Sussex Central just kind of letting DMA hang around. They've had a couple opportunities. DMA had a couple opportunities score and tie this game up, but you know, DMA has some dangerous guys and have moved the ball. Even though they only have 7 points, they have moved the ball well. So not a spot you want to be.
The rain comes in about an hour and a half after we thought it would be. Our cameraman, Brandon Hill, happy to be in the bubble, I'm sure, tonight right now. So 1st and 10 for DMA. I formation. Receivers split wide to both sides. Brantley goes under center. And it's going to be a toss to Edmonds off the right side. Turns it back in, and he's got enough for a DMA first down.
Edmonds is elusive in the open field.
And he's another. We talk about Xavier Limehouse, how he plants the foot, cuts it back. Edmonds is the same type of runner.
And it went from not raining to pouring.
And Edmonds is coming off the field a little on a limp. I don't know if that's from the tackle or from the cut, but he is going off the field.
Yeah, I don't know if he kind of rolled up on it a little bit, but
he did get tackled from behind. So 1st and 10 for DMA at their own 32-yard line. They've moved back to the shotgun. Slot to the top of the formation, wing to the near side. Brantley takes the handoff, fakes to Roy, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. Loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, and that's Jace Peden on the tackle, number 4 for Sussex Central. He's a senior.
We'll see how long Edmonds stays out. I think he's still standing on the sideline, so that's a good sign. 2nd and 11 for DMA. Look at the rain lightening up a little bit. Roy moves to the backfield, to the left of Brantley. Slot to the bottom of the formation, tight end and wing to the top side. And it's going to be speed sweep by Roy, the other Roy, and he's wrapped up in the backfield too. And at least no gain. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Wind's starting to blow in different directions here, Scott. I'm looking at the flags, and one's going to the right and one's going straight.
Starting to swirl a little bit. Has a little bit of a tropical feel to it, but.
Annie M.
Yeah. Burdell in on that tackle in the backfield, though. He's starting to rack up some stats in this game.
Right. 3rd and 11 for the Seahawks. Ball at their own 30. Trips to the bottom of the formation. Receiver split wide to the far side. That's number 9, Maynor. Takes a shotgun snap. Looks to his right.
Looks like they blitzed.
And incomplete on the screen. That went big earlier in the game. That one trying to get out to Roy, but 2 big guys in the backfield. Number 99, Deontay Shepard.
And looks like they blitzed 68, Kinder Snyder, and just threw it off enough that Josh Gray couldn't come up with the ball on the sideline there in the screen.
So the punter, he's going to have to punt into a swirling wind.
Yeah, all of a sudden that weather's a big component of this game. About 6 minutes ago, it wasn't a factor.
Right. Peden standing at his own 40. DMA switching to a tight formation on their punt. Knights look like they're going to bring about 9 of them. Here comes the pressure. Gets the ball off, and that's going to – I think they may have got a hand on that, Scott. It went to about the 45.
Yeah, something happened.
There's a collision, and there was no flag, so somebody got their hand on it. It was one of those jailbreak blitzes by the Golden Knights. They're going to take over in plus territory, 1st and 10 at the DMA 45-yard line with 1:26 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Just a great opportunity for Sussex Central to finally take control of this game and start to put their influence on a little. I mean, I just feel like this game is ready for someone to step up and decide that they're going to try and win it or not. But it's been kind of back and forth here a little bit since the first 2 drives.
Both defenses playing well. DMA with the big stuff twice already here in the 3rd quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Brudell alone in the backfield. Sturgis comes in motion. Spurgis on spree sweep, and Deningris had him in the backfield.
Deningris moves really well.
He does get in there.
He does. I mean,
anything with Sturgis is not working tonight. DMA has just they have just had his number tonight. They're blowing through the hole.
I mean, Deningris has really spent a lot of time in the backfield.
He has. He's having a great game. But he was 4 yards deep in the background and caused Custis to bow back.
Yeah, and he's playing both ways, and he's actually playing heads up against Burdell on the other side of the field.
That's because he's a wrestler. That's why he can do it.
There you go.
2nd and 16 for the Golden Knights. They were in the last series. And it's going to be a toss to Burdell. Burdell puts the ball away, puts his head down, jumps, and gets to about the 45, the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
Open field tackle by number 1 Malcolm
and
Roy.
Burdell is down.
Slow to get up.
And it looks like that she yanked on his leg right away, so. That's the cramp position there.
Seconds
We're
left.
going through that change of weather now, Scott. We're going from those 80-degree nighttime games. Now we're down to the 65-degree nighttime games, and Burdell able to get up.
I mean, he's a big part of what Sussex Central has going on, so it's something you don't want to see is him down.
Yeah, because he's big on both sides, and usually not big on the offense, but he has been tonight.
I mean, he's really had a great game tonight.
3rd and 10 for Sussex Central at the DMA 45. DMA looking to make a 3rd stop of the quarter here. And I think John Wells is going to be content to let this run out and go to the 4th. And that's what they're going to do. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, Sussex Central 14, DMA 7, folks. We'll be right back with 4th quarter action here live from Georgetown.
Always passed by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris.
Welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Getting ready to start the 4th quarter. Sussex Central with a touchdown lead. We were talking off air that that timeout they had to take when they went on the hard count. Is that something that's going to they may need down should DMA make this stop and score?
Yeah, and I felt like it was one of those where they called 2 plays in a row. Say, hey, look, we're going to try and get this first down. If we don't get it, line up quick. Because they lined up super quick.
They did.
And they went right to the hard count. And if it doesn't work, we're going to call timeout. So, I mean, you gotta wonder if it's a 1-score game.
Not to question a guy that has over 200 wins.
No,
we'll see it later in the game. Here we go, 3rd and 10 for the Golden Knights. And Cannon on the keeper. And going to be pulled by from behind, and that's going to be a horse collar. Only the 2nd penalty of the game, so a very clean game.
Yeah, definitely a horse collar.
Well, and I think what got that was that bend back when he
when
he pulled down towards the ground.
And that referee threw that flag hard. I think he might have need Tommy John surgery after that one.
3 flags on that one. You get right to one on there, so I really let her rip.
When there's 3 flags, that means they're very sure
right.
that you committed a foul.
So 15-yard penalty for Sussex Central. Puts the ball inside the 30 to the DMA 27.
Yeah, looking at the radar, it looks like we got a little bit of a window here now. I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for a while, Benny.
I just hope it doesn't come out tomorrow while I'm watching the Delaware game.
Oh, well, that's for sure.
Hand off to Pucci up the middle. And he is stood up.
That might be a penalty.
No, not going to call it. Referee did lose his hat.
Yeah.
He does go out of bounds and stop the clock.
Usually when they throw you onto the track, that's a penalty.
And the thing is, they threw him from the line marker.
Yeah. I will say, he was still trying to get forward momentum. So
gain of 7 on the play, 2nd and 3. Ball at the 20, just outside the red zone. And now the referee's starting to hold the ball to keep it dry. And that's going to be Custis up the middle. And he's going to pick up a couple. He's going to be short of the first down. Ball inside the 20, so Central back in the red zone. And the 2 times they've been in the red zone tonight, Scott, they've scored.
yeah, and they start converting those kind of numbers, and that they really need to convert this here. I mean, I can't say it enough. You definitely don't want
this. Delaware military team is too good to let hang around. So ball at the 19, 3rd and 1 for Sussex Central. And we've not seen Burdell back on the offense.
Yeah, and we think he left with a cramp in the last series.
And it's going to be Pucci, a little fullback lead on a little belly play. He's got the first down, takes it down inside the 15.
Pucci and Sturgis are definitely a capable combo to run the ball with Burdell out.
Talking to Coach Wells before the game, they expect Malik Bell back before the end of the season.
That's nice. That'd be good to see.
Broke his collarbone in the Laurel games. That was 3 weeks ago. So
hopefully a speedy recovery for that young man.
Right, 1st and 10 from the 14. And it's going to be the keeper by Cannon. Cannon cuts it back in and gets it inside the 10, close to the 5. Deningers right on his heels for the tackle.
Deningers in Hopper suit. Deningers moves well side to side.
He very well does. Pick up a 6 on the play. 2nd and 4. Ball at the 7-yard line. Golden Knights break the huddle. Pucci and Sturgis in the backfield. Negron back in the game now to wing.
He's primarily a blocker on the wing, but
Pucci stood up at the line and thrown down. Oh, and it keeps his feet and maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. That was 52 on the tackle, Gavin Scott. And there's a player down. I think that is Scott.
Yeah, that's Scott.
9:16 to play here in the game. Sussex Central on the drive with the lead.
So 3rd and 5, big 3rd down conversion coming up here.
There's the cramp position. Trainer comes out and straightens his leg and pushes the toes.
I could use a trainer sometimes.
Oh, just getting out of bed sometimes in the morning.
There you go. Need a full-time trainer.
The athletic trainers, one of the better things Delaware did. I remember 20 years ago when they first started bringing them on. And now they've become a major part of high school sports. Folks, we're going to have a short post-game show because the rain's coming and I don't want to get stuck cleaning up in the rain.
Nobody wants that. Gavin Scott heading off the field under his own power.
So it'll be a 3rd and looks like he lost a yard on the play. 3rd and 5. Ball on the 8-yard line.
So big third down here. You don't want to have to kick in this rain and wind. Though now it looks like the wind's kind of died down.
It's not as bad as it was.
Yeah, this is what happens when you have a tropical, like, kind of situation. There's bands.
And that's going to be a handoff to Pucci, and he may get a yard.
That's the Negris in the backfield.
Right. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, number 50. That's John Tate, senior. Making the play in the backfield. Usually when you see
here comes the field goal unit.
When 2 defensive linemen make the tackle in the backfield at the same time, usually that's a blown assignment.
On the kick, number 82, Rodney Escobar Gonzalez.
And he had one blocked earlier.
Yes, Peden is the holder. Can't see the center. Going to kick it from the right hash. It's going to be a 25-yard attempt. He got it up. I think it's wide left. No, it's good. Gets just inside.
It is good.
For the 25-yard field goal.
Excellent job.
Sussex Central makes it a 2-score game. So we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. Your score is Sussex Central 17, Delaware Military.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the raw bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
And welcome back to Sussex Central. The Golden Knights now lead by 10. Off of a Rodney Escobar Gonzalez 25-yard field goal. And the Knights will kick it away. Rain looks like it's not stopped, but very slow now.
I mean, huge field goal by.
The winds are back to just one direction.
Yeah, really kind of all over the place. But just a great conversion. Special teams.
8:17 to play in the game.
So now it's a 2-score game.
Escobar Gonzalez to kick it away. Back deep is Roy, and can't see who we got on the far side. And going to squib it down the hash, and it's going to be a reverse. And there's going to be flags on the play. He's still running. Number 7 finishes the carry. That's Alex Mazzol. But we have flags back at the 33, and looks like the indication is holding.
The line judge called that with authority.
Yeah.
They say you got to sell it when you're reffing now.
Yeah, well, and there was 2 flags, so.
More so in baseball, that's what they tell you when you're
right.
on baseball.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
got to sell it. You got to look the part and sell it.
And hope there's no video.
There you go.
So that'd been mark off 10 for DMA. Again, all DMA, but very few penalties. Only 3rd penalty of the night. But this is going to push them back inside the 25 to about the 23. 1st and 10, DMA. This, Scott, might be a must-score drive.
That's how I feel about it. I mean, you got 8 minutes left. It's the 4th quarter. It's a 2-score game. You're up against a running offense.
Mm-hmm.
So
you don't want to get the ball back, right?
Yeah, this is kind of do or die right now.
Brantley in the shotgun. He's going to take himself up the middle. Hit hard. Is that 68?
Yeah, 68. Just the middle of the line collapsed. 68's Kinder Snyder. He's actually playing like an inside linebacker in that 4-4 position.
Gain of 1, big hit.
He's just reading the play and filling the hole.
Gain of 1 for Brantley. I have to tell you, in backup duty, Brantley's done a very good job here tonight, Scott.
You wouldn't know that he's a backup quarterback watching this game. I mean, he looks like a legitimate.
He's thrown well. He's run the ball well.
Absolutely.
Manage the offense. 2nd and 9 for DMA. Brantley drops back, rolls out under some pressure from Rodriguez Costa. Throws downfield, has a man incomplete. Intended for 29. DeVar Rice Jackson on the run. Brings up 3rd and 9.
I do like Brantley, though, when he scrambles, he gets his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and keeps his head downfield and at least puts the ball in a position to be made the play on. So when you're running for your life, it's not the easiest thing to get rid of that ball. But
3rd and 9 for DMA. St. George's leads Appo 14-13. Tight one up in Middletown. 3rd and 9 here. 17-7 the score. Central in the lead. Shotgun formation, 2-by-2 on the edges. Drops straight back. Looks to his left. Has a man open. That's Roy. Roy cuts it back to the inside. He's got the first down, then to the out of bounds. And it's going to be a first down for DMA.
I mean, Roy really is looking like a slot receiver to me. He's running really nice routes. He does well after the catch. I mean, he's looking the part to me.
Gets the ball out to about the 43-yard line. They're in 43. And now they're going to move it back to the 42. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks. Two by two on the edge with Brantley in the shotgun. Throws over the middle. Looking for Roy. Roy almost makes a diving catch.
And Roy had a step on the defender. Just led him a little bit too much.
Appo now up 19-14. So a thriller up in Middletown now.
A lot of teams up that way now. I saw that Middletown's going to play Odessa for the first time.
They already played them, yeah.
Odessa Ducks.
Last score we had, Sally's up 7-0 at the half against Smyrna. Surprised. Was not expecting a low-scoring game there. Trips to the top of the formation. Maynard down here at the bottom. Emmons to the left of the quarterback. Takes a snap, drops back, looks over the middle, and batted away by Negron.
Yeah, Negron had his hand in there, and Roy had a opening. He had the angle, and Negron made a nice play on that ball.
That's going to bring up a 3rd down for DMA.
DMA's picking up the passing game here, picking up the pace on the passing game.
7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Sussex Central with a 10-point lead.
DMA has had some opportunities on this drive, Benny, and they just haven't been able to convert on some of the pass plays.
They face another 3rd and 10.
And we said
Central playing a little soft with their linebackers now.
We said in the pregame that is not where you want to be against this defense, especially with Custis and Burdell.
Pump fake, throws down the right side, and that's going to be incomplete. Brings up a 4th down.
Brantley uncorked that one. I mean, he put some air under that ball.
Yeah, he threw it from this hash to that sideline.
Yeah, he matriculated the ball down the field. Absolutely.
So 4th and 10 for the Seahawks. And they might be in a have-to-go-for-it mode, Scott.
I'm glad I'm not the coach and have to make these decisions.
Ball at the 42. 6:54 to play here in the game. It's a little confusion here with the. So they set up 2-by-2. Shotgun with Brantley. Emmons to his left. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Custis on a blitz and incomplete pass. Turnover on downs. Sussex Central will be 1st and 10 in DMA territory. Scott, we got to start thinking of our pest and player of the game. Coming up at the end, we'll have a short post-game show because the rain has stopped, so we want to get out of here somewhat dry.
And we have a lot of choices, too. I mean, on both sides of the ball, too. two really good choices I could think of on both sides. Maybe three.
Right. Ball at the DMA 42. 1st and 10 for the Sussex Central Golden Knights. $6:50 to play. And I'm sure John Wells taking the air out of the ball here and kill his clock maybe with one more score.
There is no rush. Snap it at your leisure.
And we're going to have a illegal procedure on the Golden Knights. Their first penalty of the game.
Hey, that's not a bad spot. If you're going to have a penalty.
On their side of the field, right?
Yeah. This late in the game, I mean, 6 minutes, 50 seconds left.
So 1st and 15 here for the Golden Knights. They have kind of really stepped on their own foot here in the second half. With penalties, some fun, bad snaps, plays blown up in the backfield. Toss to Pucci, and he maybe get a yard.
Maybe.
Number 8, Emmons on the stop.
Emmons with a great tackle.
Going to bring up a 2nd and 14. And John Wells telling Gabe Cannon, make sure the referee gets that count up before you make your call.
I mean, you got to think they're going to. They might get a shot. DMA with the ball again. So.
And they have 3 timeouts.
They have 3 timeouts. This game's not over, but it's on life support for DMA.
Right.
Yeah, somebody in Maryland.
Still Apo 19, St. George's 14.
Yeah, Nut told me
So 2nd and 14 for the Golden Knights. Cannon waits for the count from the back judge. And he's going to fake keep it himself and nowhere to go. He's going to lose a yard on the play.
A little bit of a slow development play there. With the penetration that they're getting, that's not something that has a high statistical rate of succeeding.
They're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 14. Clock down, under 5:30 to play in the game. If there is such a thing, John Wells going into the prevent offense.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Right.
He's just trying to limit the amount of drives that DMA is going to get.
So 3rd and 14 for the Golden Knights. Ball at the DMA 46.
I mean, he would love a first down, but he doesn't necessarily have to get it.
Right. Single back in the backfield, that's Pucci. Negron comes in motion. It's going to be the counter with Custis. We haven't seen this yet tonight, but right there to make the tackle, and there's a flag on the play, probably a hold.
Yeah, I'm going to say hold. I mean, they got the play they wanted. Just a great open field tackle.
Right. Counter by, and it is going to be a hold, and they're going to decline it. It's going to bring up 4th and 10, so a gain of 4 on the play for Custis. I have to tell you, DMA, Scott, they have kept Custis quiet tonight on offense.
And that's a good tackle by number 1, Malcolm Roy. He's been all over the field tonight.
So on the punt, Rodriguez Costa.
Costa with his previous punt was really a beautiful punt.
Roy will move back inside his 5, close to the goal line.
He kicked it out of bounds, so Roy couldn't get a return on the last one. Put it in the coffin corner over there.
Good snap. Gets it off, and a nice high floater. It's going to go inside the 10, inside the 5. Going to be down by Negron.
And Roy really wanted to pick it up and run with it, but I think discretion was the better part of the decision there.
4:07 to play in the game. Sussex Central with the 10-point lead. DMA has the ball, 1st and 10 inside their 5. So we'll probably see some air Seahawk here. No, they're gonna. Where are they gonna put it? At the.
So I mean,
inside the 10. So the ball's gonna be about the. Looks like the.
I mean,
let's see where he puts it.
It's stacked against DMA now.
Right. Looks like the ball's about the 6.
So they have to go 94 yards and score twice.
Right.
And they have 4 minutes and 7 seconds.
And it's going to be Edmonds off the right side. Cuts back to the middle. He's going to pick up about 7 or 8.
Not a bad start.
And DMA going to their no-huddle offense. So it gets them out of the shadow of the red zone. Gets the ball out across the 15. They do have 3 timeouts, trips to the bottom of the formation.
You got to think they're going to try and get the ball to Roy and Emmons here.
And it's going to be Emmons again. Cuts it back towards the middle. And he's got a first down for the Seahawks.
Did a good job of having him setting up his blockers there and getting behind the guy and getting a little bit of an escort down the middle of the field.
Takes the ball out to about the 28-yard line. First and 10, DMA.
I'm liking this tempo I'm seeing from DMA here. Kind of wish you saw it earlier in the game.
Right. Brantley drops back, moves to his right, throws. That looks like that might have been intercepted.
That's picked off.
It is. Number 10 on the interception, Isaiah Rowe.
Very nonchalant interception by Isaiah Rowe. Sure-handed interception.
Ball at the 50, first and 10, Golden Knights with 3:20 to play in the game.
Central kind of forced DMA to play from behind and forced them to throw and go to a hurry-up. And they were rolling with it. Slightly overthrew his receiver, and Rowe just capitalized on it.
So Cannon brings the play onto the field. Ball at the 50-yard line, first and 10, Sussex Central. 3:20 to play in the game. They lead 17-7.
And Central could really ice it here. Need 2 first downs?
Yeah, DMA has 3 timeouts. So yeah.
Timeouts.
Split wide to the near side. Custis goes in motion. It's going to be speed sweep. Able to elude one tackler. Cuts it down the middle. Cuts it to the right. Back to the middle. Custis at the 30. And he's going to be taken down about the 27. First down, Sussex Central, and a flag on the play. This may be going against the Golden Knights.
Yeah, sometimes when you make so many cutbacks like that, you're just prone to hold.
Oh, no, it's going to be I thought it was a personal foul. I thought it was on Central, but it's going to go against DMA.
Maybe a little frustration
there.
Yeah,
well, I saw a yellow jersey fly in late, but maybe somebody pushed in. Well, now they're switching to it. I was right. Against Sussex Central.
Yeah, there you go.
So, personal foul, dead ball, so that's going to still give them a gain of 9 on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and 1. Nice run by Custis. First real long run he's had of the game. Yes, Sturgis.
Sturgis, yeah.
So second and now they're going to make a 2nd and 3.
So the clock's running.
Under 3 minutes to play here in the game. Coach John Wells taking his time.
They calling it 1st and 2?
I thought it was a dead ball foul.
That's what I thought.
And that's going to be a handoff to Custis. He gets inside the 30, inside the 25, or 35 to 25. Takes it all the way down about the 26. What a run by Custis. That takes the ball down to the 16 or 26-yard line. 1st and 10, Golden Knights. Sturgis starting to heat up late in the game. Central, Scott, they've stopped that penetration. Of course, they're running away from Negron now, or excuse me, the Ningras.
Yeah, and Sturgis has really had a great fourth quarter here.
The 2:04 to play. We're going to stay right here with the action. DMA takes one of their 3 timeouts.
Yeah, and we haven't seen Burdell back in running. We've seen him on defense since he had the cramp, and Coach Wells just switched it up and said, "Hey, let's just go. Let's go Sturgis.
Let's go Sturgis for a while.
Let's go Sturgis for a while."
We'll take a commercial timeout at the end of the game, folks. Come back with our Active Pest Solution player of the game, or correction, pest of the game, and our Louis Pizza player of the game with some halftime or some post-game stats. Brought to you by Surf Bagel. So Coach Curry brings his team in here. They make the second trip to Sussex County in their 3rd game of the season. And Scott, for a AA team, this is twice now they've taken on 2-2-18s and given them everything they've wanted.
Yeah, and these are, two of the
premier top teams,
yeah,
year in, year out.
teams, yeah. I've been real impressed with DMA. I thought they played a great game. They really fought right till the end. They have some excellent players. I thought Brantley did
Pucci
great.
wrapped up in the backfield. Guess who?
DeNegris.
Kale DeNegris.
Yeah, I've been super impressed by both Roys, really. DeNegris, obviously.
Right. 2-yard loss on the play.
Emmons has had a great game for DMA.
Loss of 3 brings up 2nd and 13 for Sussex Central. And DMA is going to take another timeout. Scott, we're going to step aside with them. Your score with 1:36 to go. Sussex Central 17, DMA 7.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
And welcome back. I'm Benny Mitchell on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. With me tonight, Scott Kammerer, as always, here on Friday night. Dave Marvel on the stats. Brandon Hill in the camera box tonight, and Matt Westcott just running around doing whatever I ask. So here we go, 1:36 to play here in the game.
Hopefully packing up before it starts raining again.
That's right. Yeah, the rain has now stopped. So we dodged the bullet here tonight, Scott.
We did.
And handoff to Custis, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Again, Cale Deningris and number 52, Gavin Scott.
Gavin Scott's had a heck of a game. He's been in the backfield all night long.
So loss of 2 on the play, brings up 3rd and 15. And it looks like DMA is trying to decide whether they want to use that last timeout right now or not. Coaches are right on the field. And they're going to let it go. 3rd down.
Yeah, you got to save that one. So really just kind of wrapping it up, I think that Sussex Central just ground and pounded them, Benny.
That's what they do, yeah.
That's what they did. And
you do not let them get a lead, especially here at their own home field. I mean,
and they had no penalties until 5 or 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, which is unusual for a high school
and
team.
John Wells is going to take a timeout.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure that we're all on the same page here.
I think they were a little late breaking the huddle.
Yeah.
Because he came on the field. He ripped off his headset when he came on the field.
And he wants to finish the game strong, set the tone, end it on a high note. So 3rd and 15.
41 ticks to go here, Scott, in Georgetown.
41 seconds on the clock. We haven't heard a song yet out of
he was mumbling in here a little earlier.
I like to hear a nice song.
Hopefully they'll get a home playoff game. You'll hear a Christmas carol. No, he sang the fight song on a Sussex Central touchdown.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
3rd and 15 from the 30 for Sussex Central.
One of the traditions here at Sussex Central. Mr. Marvel sings a song. Is it only in victory? It's pretty much every game.
And here they go, victory formation for the Golden Knights. And Cannon will take a knee.
So that's going to end the game.
That's going to wrap it up. Both teams headed to their sidelines. So we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. When we come back, we got our post-game award winners and a short post-game show. We'll be right back, folks, after this commercial timeout.
Prevent unwanted house guests from invading your home. With cold weather coming, overwintering pests are headed inside. If you're not proactive, you could be left with a pest problem.
Expertise is needed to inspect, identify a problem, and offer environmentally sound solutions like Active Pest Solutions.
Prevention is the key to stopping cluster flies, stink bugs, crickets, and mice from entering your home. Protect your home with a proactive pest plan. Contact Active Pest Solutions, your local pest expert.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
So the ants are on the screen. That means it's time for the Active Pest Solution Pest of the Game. Scott Kammerer, who do you got?
I think we're going to go with Pucci. I mean, he good set the tone for the game with that long return, and really was the lightning to the thunder of Burdell. So I think he had really a breakout game for me tonight, besides the other game where he ran the kickoff back all the way. But this has really been a breakout game. I've seen a lot of Sussex Central games, and to me, this is really a career-defining game for him.
And our player of the game
is none other than number 9, Kayvon Moore Burdell. Did it all. 2 of the 3 scores. I mean, he carried the team on his back for a while, played both ways, the bulk of the carries, was the leading rusher with the 2 touchdowns we talked about, and made a lot of great plays in the backfield, a couple of tackles for a loss. You can't argue with that. Breakout game. Not a bad guy to have to bring in when your number 1 running back, Malik Bell, goes down with an injury.
Let's go to the Surf Bagel post-game stats brought to you by Dave Marvel. DMA with 193 total yards, 94 passing, 99 on the ground, 2 turnovers in the game. Sussex Central 171 total, 30 passing, 141 rushing, and 1 turnover in the game. The only score of the second half was Gonzalez's 25-yard field goal. Emmons for DMA, 17 carries, 73 yards. For the Golden Knights, Burdell, 13 carries, 69 yards. And Pucci with 12 for 33. Maynard, 1 catch for 23. Roy, 2 catches for 48. And Johnson for Sussex Central had 1 catch for 30. Brantley, 6 of 20 for 94 yards. And Cannon, 1 of 5 for 30 yards. Your pest of the game was, as we said, Sam Pucci, and player of the game, Kayvon Moore Burdell. Next week, we head to Old Millie for the first time in a couple years when the Concord Raiders visit the Milford Buccaneers. Soto Concept pregame show at 6:35 with kickoff at 7. Coming up tomorrow, hopefully this weather stays like this, because the New Hampshire Huskies, 2-1, are at the University of Delaware, also 2-1, for a 6 o'clock kickoff. Delaware State Hornets, they are 0-3. They head to 2-1 Miami of Ohio at 3:30. Big college football games tomorrow, Scott. Colorado, number 19, will take on Oregon at 3:30.
Prime time.
And then the big game day is in at Notre Dame. Number 6, Ohio State, and number 9, Notre Dame, 7:30 tomorrow night. That's a wrap for tonight's Downstate Game of the Week. For Brandon Hill, Dave Marvel, Matt Westcott, Kristen Mitchell back in Lewis, and Scott Kammerer, I'm Benny Mitchell. Thank you for watching. Your final score tonight, Sussex Central 17, DMA 7. Have a safe, sports-filled weekend from all of us here at Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Good night, Delaware sports fans.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state,